What's up, everybody? ArrgThePirate here, and today we're going to play a little Ravana in the solo lane. Now we're going against a Neith, and I thought this would be a good match to show off because I'm not very good in the solo lane, for one thing, but I don't often see a whole lot of ADCs here, and, you know, hey, let's try it out. Now, I'm going to start out with Warrior's Blessing, Breastplate, 3 healing potions, and 2 multi-potions. I've never really used multi-potions, so giving them a shot, and then I'm going to build into Hide of the Nemean Lion, Warrior Tabby, Genji's Guard, Pestilence, Shield of Regrowth, and Frostbound Hammer. And then I've got Aegis and Blink Rune, which I don't know why I have Aegis on there. I've actually got Glyph of the Teleport. You could pick up Aegis, I guess. I have that on there on accident. Now, of course, we have to go over his kit. Chain of Blows is his passive, successful basic, and abilities against enemies add to Ravana's combo chain. Each time his chain reaches 8, he receives a shield equal to 5% of his maximum health. This may stack up to 3 times. And you can see just above his nameplate, boom, we've got 8. We've got that little shield. Next up, we have his 1, Prana Onslaught. Rava throws a powerful punch, projecting his Prana with it to damage and slow enemies in front of him. It's a 25% slow, and, hey, does damage. It lasts 2 seconds. Awesome ability. Then we have Overhead Kick. Rava performs a high kick, sending a shockwave forward to deal damage to enemies in a line, increasing his movement speed and rendering him CC and damage immune for the duration. This is awesome, guys. He's got a CC immune. Oh, love it. And then we have his 3, 10-hand Shadow Fist. Rava fist fly forward, damaging and passing through minions and damaging and rooting the first god hit. Rava heals for each enemy hit with a maximum damage source of 1 god up to 3 minions. So this is your heal, this is your sustainability, and that's really why I started with it. And lastly, we have his ultimate, Mystic Rush. Rava leaps to a target location, dealing damage to enemies in an area and applying a debuff to the enemy gods that increases the damage they take from all sources. After landing, Rava receives a buff that reduces the damage he takes from all sources. So really, you know, land it on somebody, you do more damage to them, they take more damage from you. This is an awesome ability. He's very offensive, even though I'm going to build him fairly tanky, and you'll kind of see why I'm going a little more tanky a little later in the game. Alright, now let's get into this gameplay. So I've been rotated on by their Thanatos, and, you know, of course, Neith is here. So I need to be a little bit careful, and I've burned through my healing pots pretty quickly. And, you know, hey, Ravana's heals are decent, but they're definitely not just absolutely amazing. And so, you know, we got to be careful, especially going against a ranged god that, you know, they can get a lot more poke on me, especially someone like Neith, who has a decent sustain, she's got decent escape, and, you know, she can clear waves pretty quickly. So, you know, we have to be careful. There, I go ahead and use that jump, or, you know, use my 2, get that CC immune. I'm able to get out of that situation. You know, I've definitely been rotated on. Thanatos is staying in my lane, which is okay. You know, we're still getting farm, everything like that, but since these minions are coming into tower, we're losing a little bit of farm, which, you know, it isn't the worst thing in the world, but hey, you know, at least we're able to pick up our blue pretty regular. You know, we've got it twice, you know, quickly, so hey, we've got good mana sustain, and we can keep cranking out that 2 to just ensure we've got our heals, or 3 to ensure we've got our heals. Now I go ahead and go in on Neith because I thought our Serket was going to head over a little bit quicker, but hey, you know, it just didn't quite happen the way I wanted it to. No problem. You know, we burned our ultimate there, but is what it is. Now Serket is sitting there just kind of waiting, so we miss our route. Oh, feels bad, but luckily she is able to go in there. If we had our ultimate now, we could finish her off, but oh, feels bad, man. You know, she's going to end up dipping out, but hey, we forced her out of lane. You know, honestly, at this point, forcing someone out of lane removes them for longer than if we would kill them. So that's great. I'm actually going to get some poke onto those minions, back up a little bit, and then I'm just going to go ahead and back to base. Now, it might have been a better choice to pick up, you know, start working into boots or something like that, especially with the amount of gold that we had. You know, it might have been a better choice, but I go ahead and polish off the Neiman Lion. You can see I was just kind of hanging around, waiting for it to go in, and then I'm going to go in on Neith here, and hey, we're able to do quite a bit of damage to her. You know, we got a good chunk of damage on her, and that's huge because, you know, even though she does have a little bit of, you know, a sustain, getting that much damage on an ADC, you know, that's going to make it very easy if we had some rotation or something like that to take her out. And you can see, again, we're able to just keep poking her. Thanatos shows up, but at this point, I'm not too concerned about Thanatos. You know, I don't have any pots right now, but that's quite all right. And my Circuit heads over, so I'm going to re-engage in this fight. We're able to take out their Thanatos, and then I'm going to go ahead and get a root onto Neith. That's going to allow our Circuit to actually take Neith out as well. Awesome. We got a great double kill. You know, that's a huge play at this point. And, you know, off to an awesome start. Now, unfortunately, since I didn't get any of those kills, I didn't really get a whole lot of gold for that. And, you know, I was forced to back, so I'm not really able to pick anything up, but we just grab a bunch of healing potions and, well, you know, hey, that's fine. Now I'm gonna just continue to keep my farm up. You know, we're gonna poke Neith when we can, and you know, again, just keep that farm up. Now she's going in for an ult here, and I'm gonna go in on her. You know, like, hey, don't sit there and pause in the middle of the lane when I'm there, because I'm gonna beat you up for it. And sure enough, we get quite a bit of poke on her for that. She's going in for that ult again, which, you know, hey, that's fine. She's just kind of holding off on it, and you know, what can you do? Like, it's Neith. We can't really do much about that, especially since she was so far under tower, but that's quite alright. We shoved our lane, and we're going to go ahead and back up a little bit. Blue's still not down, or, you know, Blue's still not up, I guess, but hey, you know, just kind of look around. I'm looking, maybe, can we rotate, something like that, but I'm going to go in on Neith from the side, and I go ahead and use my ultimate here, and hopefully we can root her. We just barely missed. We missed everything on her. Oh, feels bad, but it's quite alright. You know, continue our farm. If you know, if the situation arises where we can get the jump on her, we might be able to get quite a bit of damage on her. But my team is able to take down the duo lane tower, and that's absolutely huge. Now, the next few minutes are pretty standard stuff, you know. Push the lane, go secure blue, push the lane, secure blue, get some poke when you can, you know, that just real typical stuff. And, you know, my team's doing a decent job in the other lanes, which that's great. You know, and sure enough, we're able to pick up our blue here, and you can see we're fully healed, guys. The sustain that I have is awesome, especially whenever I'm picking up blue, and I'm going in on Neith every chance I get. Now, once I got enough gold to actually pick up my boots, I go ahead and go back, and then I use that teleport glyph to actually head back into lane. I'm gonna go ahead and root Neith. Oh, we got her so low, guys. Oh, I don't know how she got away. We had her so low, but she's gonna end up backing out of this tower, which, you know, that's unfortunate. But hey, we went and dived that tower a little bit. Apparently, my 2 does not go through towers, which I would imagine most abilities don't. Just wanted to test it. And we're gonna continue to push this tower. You know, I've got a handful of minions in here. Hopefully we can actually take them out. You know, I am concerned about a rotation, but now since we've got so many minions in here, even if they did rotate over, this tower's gonna fall. That's awesome. We can really start making some rotations now, and, you know, helping out our team elsewhere. So you can see, just at about 13 minutes in, Neith got back into lane. She's starting to push that lane. And guys, I want to show y'all just how fast these towers can fall once you start trying to make these rotations. And that's really where I have not fully learned the solo lane yet. You know, protecting that tower, you know, you really have to choose. Are you going to protect that tower or not? And you see, I make a very fast rotation. I pick up blue and then kind of run towards that mid lane a little bit. And by that time, my tower falls. And, you know, my tower was at like full health. You know, it's crazy. So really, if you want to take down, or if you make rotations, you might lose that T1. And I just really haven't decided if, once I take their T1, if just let it go, or, you know, should I try to maintain that a little bit so we can make some progress elsewhere. You know, I've still got a lot to learn with the solo lane, but, you know, that is unfortunate that less than, you know, what was that, 30, 45 seconds, probably not even that long, that tower fell, and I was pushed all the way to the T2. So it really is just a huge thing, and you have to pay attention to it. Now, I do head to mid, and unfortunately, my team, you know, we've definitely kind of let this go in mid lane. You know, we're not doing very good in the laning phase right now, or, you know, with our lanes right now. Ymir's doing work, you know, our team's kind of, you know, we're definitely losing some people. They're catching up to us. They're taking our towers. We've got to be more careful. We're able to rotate over and take out Ymir, which, you know, hey, that's neat, but, you know, is what it is. Neith heads over, and then you can see there is a decent rotation over to me, so I'm gonna get out. You know, let's just get out and, you know, just kind of play safe. You know, they had a 3-man rotation. We need to be careful of that. And hey, we head over to I forget this guy's name. But their team, you can see they're clearly working better than we are together. And man, they just deleted me. Oh, feels bad. I don't have any magical protection right now. And that Isis stun, holy moly, it did so much. Now, once I finally do spawn in, you know, we are able to pick up Genjis, and, you know, that's great. That's really, you know, that Isis stun. Holy moly, guys. So, I'm going to end up running towards my lane, and then I pick up my blue, and from here, I'm just kind of looking, seeing where we need to go. We really need to get that mid lane tower down, and Neith is here. You know, I'm kind of waiting. Okay, let's go in. We delete her. That's awesome. And, you know, Isis is behind us. Let's try to take her out. And sure enough, she didn't stand a chance, guys. That was awesome. And we should be able to get this T1 in mid from that. You know, that's huge. We've got a huge team presence here. You know, let's go ahead and get that pushing into the T2 and maybe go pick up Gold Fury, something like that. You know, that was a huge play. Taking 2 of them out, getting that T2 or T1, you know, that was great. And let's capitalize on that. Let's go get this side objective. Unfortunately, we just didn't have any rotation from our damage dealers, and we're going to have to back off of that. Now, from here, you know, I'm going to back off. Anubis is showing up, but it's just too late. We lost that opportunity to really get a free Gold Fury, and Sylvanas stayed in on Gold Fury and took way too much damage. Thanatos is able to delete him, but that's quite all right. You know, we were able to pay him back, but we need to get out. We need to leave this situation. We need some team rotation to help, you know, secure Gold Fury or help contest Gold Fury. But you can see our Serket, our Uller, they're just not heading over here. And our Anubis, instead of going for red, he went for the Void Camp. You know, it's just a little bit unfortunate. But hey, I'm hoping maybe I can secure Gold Fury. You know, Anubis does show back up. You know, maybe we can get lucky and secure it. I go ahead and ult in. That wasn't enough to take it out. And they still end up getting it. But, hey, we're going to be able to live through this, hopefully. You know, it's just a very unfortunate situation. We're not getting the rotation that we need. Our Uller, I guess, has just completely DC'd. And, hey, you know, is what it is, guys. Now, I do somehow get out of that. We kind of go back in to do a little poke and help our team. And, you know, we end up getting a couple of assists there. But, you know, hey, we had to get out. We were very, very low. I'm going to go ahead and cover our duo lane. And Uller showed back up. You know, he was AFK for a little bit. But, you know, hey, hopefully he's back. We can still, you know, make some progress here. He is at a level disadvantage. But, you know, yeah, like I said, hopefully we can make something happen. Now, we end up going in. Man, I don't know that guy's name. The guy that turns you into a pig. I don't know his name. But, hey, we end up going in there. If he wouldn't have turned us into one, we could have got him. Unfortunately, we're just not able to. And, guys, you can see we're not getting those rotations that we need. We're staying into fights that are just way too long. But Serket is able to take him out, which is absolutely huge. You know, that's great. We're able to go in on this Neith here, and they all show up and delete me, guys. Oh, feels bad. Yeah, Isis hits hard. She hits so hard. But, hey, we went down, you know, that was just a bad play. You know, we're on these staggered deaths as well. You know, Oler going down right away, and then me and Cirquette going down, and my team's at a huge disadvantage then in this 2v4 fight. You know, it's just bad situation in all. Now, once I spawn back in, I book it to mid lane. And, you know, I put on Pestilence to help deal with Thanatos, help deal with the cleave throwers, the ADC. And we end up deleting Ymir. You know, hey, that's great. And I'm going to head over, you know, our Cirquette ends up going down. I mean, she just got melted there. Oh, it feels bad. I've got to get to my duo or my solo lane. Our duo lane's pushing very well, but I need to secure my lane. And, you know, hey, let's kind of lick our wounds. We are at the advantage right now, but that advantage could slip away very quickly. You know, we're going to spawn in much later than they are. So, you know, it's better to just get lanes situated, everything like that, and not really worry about, you know, spawning in. We'll just let everybody spawn in before we really pick a fight. Now, once I get the solo lane set, I'm going to go ahead and grab my blue, and then I'm going to head over to our duo lane. And unfortunately, our duo lane, you know, they were pushing into that T2, and they just got collapsed on. You know, we didn't have vision on the enemies. That was painful. And we all ended up, or 3 of us ended up going down, and there's going to be very little I can do to contest this, but I'm going to try. We end up going in onto the bull guy. We're able to do a little bit, and, you know, it's just a bad situation all in all. You know, our Cirquette ended up getting on another staggered death, so, you know, this is lick your wounds and wait time right now. Let's play safe, you know, just be careful, and, you know, kind of let's back up here. Let's let them push to us. We want everybody to spawn back in before we really try to make something happen. Now, you can see their Isis is heading over, and Thanatos is here. You know, we've got to be very, very careful. And this is what I was talking about. We want to play safe. We want to be careful. Their Neath is going in on our Oler. You see, we're in this team fighting, but they're all together, and we're kind of spread out. You know, we've got our Sylvanas way over there. You know, this is just a very sloppy on our part, and you can see I'm torn. I don't know which way to go to. We end up collapsing onto the bull, and we're able to take him out. Neath is here. You know, we end up rooting her, but I guess she can jump out of roots. I don't know. You know, hey, their Isis is here. Let's do some work on her. But hey, we really just need to get out of this situation and, you know, peel off. We're weak. We need to peel off. I'm gonna, you know, like, I want to play the game, so I'm gonna vote no, and hopefully we can continue to, you know, we can make something happen. This isn't a losing game at this point, but, you know, we just need to concentrate on not being on staggered deaths. Our damage dealers they're putting themselves in bad situations, and it's making it very difficult for, you know, Sylvanas and me. We can't do a whole lot to stop people, so we really need them to stay alive, and you know, we just got to play safe. We've got to coordinate as a team a little bit better than we are. Now, I'm going to go ahead and back and end up building my last item, or, you know, my 5th item, I guess, and then I see some fights going on. I'm going to go ahead and ult in. You know, and you can see they're here. The enemy team is here. I'm gonna just focus on their Thanatos. Maybe we can actually take him out. Their Ymir does a great job in not allowing me to do that, but Neath does end up jumping right towards me. So if we can hit anything, we can take her out. She's gonna get away. Oh, this feels so bad. It's just bad. And both of them with no health end up getting out. Oh, this is so frustrating, guys. This is very frustrating. I'm going to end up using my teleport glyph to head to the solo lane, get that pushing in the right direction. You know, feels bad. If we could just land something. But is what it is. And, you know, hey, again, we're having people die, and we're not really responding to that. We lost an ADC for a Guardian there. You know, that's really not worth it. And again, my team gets caught out, and, you know, they all 3 go down there. You know, we're going into fights that we're losing, and the enemy team is just working so much better together than we are, and that's a very troubling. It's very difficult to deal with. But again, guys, this match is not over. You can definitely come back from this. You just have to learn from the mistakes you're making. You know, like you see, hey, right now our Ullr is poking their ADC, and their ADC is winning that fight. Hey, just back up. Don't let them poke you anymore. You know, those type of things. Those are situations that we can be aware of. Now, their Thanatos heads in, and I'm gonna go ahead and go in on him. You know, but I'm not able to do a whole lot. You know, I'm very tanky. You know, I want to be the front line because, you know, Sylvan is, while he can be a front line, I want to be the guy that's getting into the middle of the fight and beating everybody up and, you know, causing them to focus on me. And that's kind of the reason I'm building the way I am, but, you know, it's not quite working. But we are going to be able to take out that guy, whatever his name is, their ADC. You know, that's huge. We shut down their ADC finally. You know, we might be able to make some progress here, but they do have 2 ADCs, so we can't, you know, we have to be just a little bit more careful. Now would be a good time to rotate on something like the Gold Fury. You know, they just picked up Pyromancer or the Fire Giant, one or the other. You know, we need to be aware of that. We need to, you know, back up. You can see our mid lane, you know, they're pushing up forward. And remember, guys, when you hear those screeches of, you know, something going down, you have to leave where you are. You need to be aware of what's going on. And you know, my team, we responded to that poorly. We were able to pick up Gold Fury, but, you know, it's time to get out. And you can see, even now, you know, after we picked up Gold Fury, we've got to get out of that situation. And our Anubis and our Ullr, you know, they stayed in to pick up those oracles. And either way, they're a Fire Giant team. You know, we got to get out of that situation. Staying in those, you know, bad spots is really how you get on those staggered deaths. Now, the enemy team is marching down mid, so I'm just going to kind of stay under tower. You can see our Circuit, you know, and they're rotating on Circuit. Circuit's a goner. And I'm just going to try to hang out under this tower as much as I can. I go in on their Ymir, and, you know, we're able to 2 out of that, you know, out of his little thing, and we're able to take him out. You know, we lose our T2, but, you know, hey, we take out their big, you know, ice monster, which is huge. And, you know, if I can catch up to that thing that's up, he blinks away. So, you know, hey, but we took out their tanky threat, which is awesome. And my team is pushing up a little bit too far there. We really need to go deal with our solo lane. You know, we should disengage from this at all costs. We are able to stun that Thanatos, and that's going to allow our team to back up. And, you know, but we need to back. We need to back up. And we get rotated on again. And, you know, that, unfortunately, that's going to be our Guardian right there. You know, really, guys, when you get low on health at this point in the game, back up, play it safe. You know, especially against a Fire Giant team, because you're not going to be able to outpoke them. You know, and if you get into a fight, you might be able to kill 1 or 2 of them, but you're not going to outpoke them. So if you're planning on just getting into a poking fight, you need to back up. And you can see Isis chipping away at us. Oh, man. Let's go ahead and just get out of this situation. I'm going to go ahead and back, finish off that Shield of Regrowth, and start building into that Frost Hammer. Now, once I spawn back in, I'm going to, or, you know, once I get everything situated, I'm going to head to our duo lane, get that lane pushing in the right direction. Their Ymir ends up showing up. And, you know, I'm a tank. You know, I'm very, very tanky, but I probably have a little bit more damage than him if we can, you know, avoid some of his stuff. And sure enough, I'm just gonna tank this blast. You see, it did almost nothing to me. You know, we should be able to do work to him, and if we had some rotation, we should be able to take him out. And you can see my team is slowly rotating over, and with Sylvanas here getting those stuns, you know, hey, this is great. And sure enough, Anubis heads over and just absolutely deletes him. That's huge, but our Ullr did get caught out by Isis, and you know, that is a bit of a problem, you know, and then you can see their team is collapsing, and instead of us leaving, you know, like we definitely should have done, we all stayed in that fight, and we're going to end up going down there. You know, you saw how much of an effort it was to take out Ymir. Me and Sylvanas, there's no way we're going to be able to take 3 of them, or 4 of them out, so let's just leave, and, you know, unfortunately, he ends up going down. You know, they focused on him and allowed me to get away, and I'm going to do everything I can to save this Phoenix, but, you know, it's not looking good. You can see the damage. Them having two ADCs, Thanatos and a Isis, you know, I didn't stand a chance. I could have just let him take the Phoenix at that point, but, you know, I wanted to try at least defend it a little. Now, I go ahead and cut that spawn time. You know, it is a ton of spawn time. I'm going to get back, and there's still a fight going on at our Phoenix, but, you know, we got to be careful. We need to be careful, because if we go down here, this could flip that fight. Their Neath is so low. Their Thanatos, everybody's so low. Oh, feels bad, and they're all gonna get out. You know, that's unfortunate. That's all I can say is it's unfortunate. Now again, I'm going to cut out that spawn timer, but I'm gonna march down mid lane. Now you can see my team is all very, very close, and there's 3 of them here in mid. Let's make something happen, guys. And Thanatos goes in to dive. I'm getting ready for it. We go ahead and take him out. Oh, man, awesome. We're able to take out Thanatos. Isis is here, though. Let's try to make something happen. We go ahead and ult in on Isis, and boom, you know, that's great. We take her out. Ymir's here. Doesn't stand a chance. Ymir is gone. That's huge. That is a huge play. Let's go ahead and pick up Fire Giant now. You know, that perfect play, or perfect time to pick up Fire Giant. You know, all they have is Neath and their, you know, the Centaur Bull guy, whatever he is. That's all they have left. So we should be able to take Fire Giant out. Now, their ADC heads over here. We collapse on him a little bit, but I want to focus on Fire Giant. I don't care about him. If he can steal it, you know, I want to avoid that. But let's go ahead and tank the Fire Giant, and you know, you can see my ADC and my mage. They're chasing that, and they're actually able to pick up a kill there, which is great. But let's get Fire Giant so we can, you know, we've got them on staggered deaths. We're gonna pick up Fire Giant. That's huge. That is a huge play in the last minute. We've possibly turned this game around, and incredible. Let's go for, you know, let's go pick up a duo lane. Let's go pick something up. Let's go get it. And my team kind of disperses and kind of goes different directions. I shoved solo lane, so I'm going to head back to mid. Okay, you know, let's take mid, but Uller's going for red buff. You know, now would have been the time to push, and, you know, my entire team's backing. You know, with them just spawning in, you know, that would have been the time to push, but we just really lost that opportunity, and that's very, very unfortunate. Hopefully, you know, we're a Gold Fury team now, so next team fight we should be able to win, and hopefully that happens soon before the before Fire Giant runs out. You know, we picked up Gold Fury, that's decent, and there is some collapse here in this duo lane. Now you can see my team is heading in, so if we can just keep them here long enough for them to catch up to them, hey, we can make something happen. But, you know, there Ymir shows up, and oh man, that Frost, that's gonna hurt. We end up getting absolutely deleted, but that did allow my team to, you know, that did allow everybody to collapse on them, and we flipped this fight completely around. You can see our Anubis just deleted them with that ult. So me going down for 3 of them, that's completely worth it. And hopefully my team can just shove down a lane and take another tower. Sure enough, my team does a great job. They take down the T2 in the duo lane, rotate to the mid lane. They're able to take that out as well. You know, that's absolutely awesome. That you know, and they still have the Fire Giant buff. I'm gonna go ahead and swap out that Frost Hammer, and I pick up Mantle of Discord because, again, guys, I want to be that front line like I did in that last fight. I'll sacrifice myself, let them concentrate on me as long as my team can rotate and get those kills. And we're in this fight here. And guys, how many videos have I made where we get into this situation when we're all shoved up at a tower or a Phoenix or whatever? How many times has that ever worked for me? Never. It never works out unless you're just at an overwhelming advantage and, you know, there's only 1 or 2 of them up. But when it's a full team versus full team and you're at their Phoenix, the team with the home field advantage is most likely going to win. Sure enough, they do. And you know, that's unfortunate. You know, that's very unfortunate. But hopefully we can all get out. You know, Anubis does get stunned there. I'm trying to root him. Isis hits him with that ultimate. That was a great opportunity we had, and we just completely turned it around. I'm going to do everything I can to hold it off here in mid, but, you know, again, this is that, you know, I'm at the disadvantage now, and, you know, they get to pick the time and the place to go in. You can see our Circuit goes in, takes 2 hits, and she's going to end up going down. You know, feels bad. Their Thanatos is coming in for me. I'm going to go ahead and just blink into the fountain. You know, let's do our best. You know, we end up losing our Phoenix there. You know, we held one off before. Let's see if we can hold another one off. We're taking just massive amounts of damage, though. So it is very, very unfortunate. You know, we just need to hold off long enough for our team to spawn back in. Being this close to the fountain, you know, you can just dip back to the fountain, and sure enough, you see, we're able to hold off, and since we didn't go down, they're not able to really push into the Titan, and that's huge. Now you can see we're doing work on this Thanatos. We're gonna end up ulting and actually taking him out. You know, that's huge. Taking Thanatos at this point is just scary as it can be. So taking him out is absolutely huge. My team's going to chase that Ymir a little bit. Isis shows up. You know, their Neith is here. We need to be very careful. But you can see we're pretty tanky, guys. We're definitely pretty tanky. But we're getting caught out in bad positioning. You know, my team, you could see that Sylvana has rotated in and was just taking that poke from Neith. You know, and we've kind of left them in the back lane. We should be able to take out Neith here. And, you know, sure enough, we're able to. But our back lane, you know, the 2 front lines are there in the front, and the back lane's in the back. You know, didn't work out that great. We end up losing our Circuit and our Anubis. But, you know, all that's left for them is this Isis. Hopefully we can take her out. She is doing tons of work. But sure enough, we're able to delete her. That's a full team wipe. And there's 3 of us up. We do have to defend against these fire minions, or, you know, the Phoenix minions, whatever they're called. But unfortunately, our Ullr has gone AFK again. And, you know, this is the time that we really need him. From here, I'm going to back, just top off with health. And, hey, you know, there's not a whole lot I can do. Me being the build that I have, you know, I can't just shove lanes like crazy. And, you know, we really need our damage dealer to show up. Sure enough, Ullr comes back in. You know, that's great, and we're able to take out Fire Giant. You know, we're able to pick up Pyromancer, and, you know, that's huge. We end up going in, ulting onto this Isis. You know, getting that ult off, you know, that's great. We're hopefully going to be able to take her out, and sure enough, we do. But Ullr ends up sacrificing himself for that, and then we end up getting absolutely slaughtered. You know, we're, again, guys, you know, they're working much better as a team, and even now they have a DC. You know, it was a 4v5 fight, and, you know, we're just not coordinating very well as a team. You know, we're getting too split up and not rotating for the fight. We're staying in these solo fights, and that's just very unfortunate. Well, we did end up having a pretty solid match. 7-6-22, I feel was a very decent score, especially for the build that I was going for, you know, being that frontline warrior. I think we did fairly well, and Ravana is just such a fun god. I really enjoy his kit. I just like kicking and punching people. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this Ravana guide. I really hope y'all enjoyed, and I really hope this showed the teamwork of their team versus my team, and picking those solo fights, things like that. Well, if y'all did enjoy, show me some love, leave me a comment, think about subscribing, add me on Smite, guys, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.